Hello, everybody. This is Steve again. All right, I really want to launch this. Officially, I've been trying to wait till I got some better equipment to set it up. But anyhow, I want to launch kind of like an improvising tips playlist. So it can be in order, or no special order, but there'll be tips. And again, I'm not an expert, never been in a band. I just started jamming with people, but I've never had any formal training, but I've just learned some little shortcuts and things to do improvising over the years. And I'd like to pass it on, free of charge, of course. But if there's any interest, I'll probably get some views. So I'm going to post this with no guitar playing, but then I want to go over some things. But basically my philosophy is this. When improvising, and I've said this before in other videos, it's like I struggle for years trying to figure out note for note the other people's solos like Hotel California, Little Wings, Stranglehold, and it's rewarding as hell when you can get close, but I can never get it all note for note because I get sick of practicing, rewinding, doing all that. And by the time I even get halfway there, I'm sick of the song and have to take a 5-year break from it. So what I've done instead is said, okay, I'm just going to, start winging it. Fake it till you make it. Start, improvising solos. Find out what key it's in. The simple things you got to do. But then, it's kind of like artwork where most artists, and my daughter is a good artist, but she, writes every night and throws 90% of it in the trash can. But over the time, she's gotten better and better and better. And almost every, work she creates now is a masterpiece. I'm not there yet, but at least that's my philosophy because slowly, if you play for yourself, and the other thing is, if you could just compose music, a solo, without, any restrictions on finger dexterity or any of that stuff, what would you do? What are your ideas? So when I started to get some skills where I could move around the fingerboard, I found out my ideas were kind of suck ass because I hadn't, developed them, or, I've heard other solos and other styles that I've tried to blend, which is good, but nothing that really made it my own melodies. And half of it is just timing chord changes. I don't want to make it more complicated than it is, but, there's some little things like that, switching from minor keys to major, pentatonic scales, just stuff I want to pass on. Because I think most people that listen to my stuff, because a lot of my stuff sucks, but as a struggling guitarist, you can even appreciate the struggle in other people. So I'm trying to show the warts in in my process and all that, with the idea that I know a lot of stuff I post is going to be offensive to the ears. But cheers, because I want to make this a short. It's got to be under 3 minutes.